Well, hello dear student. Welcome back once again. In today's session, we are going to start working upon MySQL database, and in that, we are going to learn first of all how to create MySQL database. So, as you already aware about this control panel of XAMPP, first of all, we have to start the XAMPP services, and from this session, apart from Apache, we have to also start MySQL services. Rest of the services is not required for our purpose right now. So I had started already these two services, and if you are using Mac, then you have to mount this local folder also. So I had already mounted this. I can go by clicking over here to that destination. So this is my mounted folder, this one. So this is local folder. Inside that I had mounted this lamp folder. Inside that lamp folder, in htdocs, I have to store every PHP script. Now let us start the introduction to creating database. So in this session, first of all, we have to go to application page. So click on this, or you can write down the IP address over here also. So I'd reach up to this application. Now we are going to utilize this particular page for database purpose, phpMyAdmin. So I keep it open, this particular page, and in one more window I kept open one another page to run my PHP script. For that, what I have to do is write down the designated PHP scripts folder location over here. So my create database folder is within lecture 2 database, and inside that we'll start from level 1, that is this program MySQL create database. Now first of all, let us see GUI of the phpMyAdmin. This is the GUI of phpMyAdmin. We are going to gradually learn each component of this GUI. First of all, let's go over here. This is database tab. Over here, each and every database that we had made is displayed. Now if I want to create a new database over here, then I can write down the database name over here. Let us say I write down database UHV3. As you can see, I had already created UHV1 and 2, so I given the name UHV3, and rest of the things are by default, and then I have to click on create. So this will create a brand new database UHV3 for you. You have to connect your PHP script with this UHV3 database if you want to consume UHV3 database with your PHP file. Now within this database, if I want to create any table, then I can create it from over here. So this is the graphical user interface using which you can create the database. But if you want to do the similar thing using PHP script, then I have to write down the code like this. Over here, the first part, first of all, you have to create the connection. So for creating the connection, this is the syntax. And in this syntax, I am utilizing the MySQLi terminology. So for that, minimum 3 argument is required. First argument is server name, second argument is username, and third argument is password. Now in our case, our database is also on localhost. That is why server name is localhost, and these all 3 arguments I had declared as an variable over here. So over here I am directly writing the variable name. If you do not want to do this, you can utilize this direct string value over here. But this is generally convention to write down the variable names. So first argument is server name, that is in our case localhost. If our database is residing somewhere, then the localhost, then I have to write down the full path of server over here. And by default, username is root for our database, so I am writing down username as a root value, and by default password is empty, so write down as a password as empty. So if you configure your MySQL such way that modified username and password, then you have to write down that modified username and password over here. So that's it. This is how we can create the connection. That then after we have to check whether if that connection having any error, then they can be checked using this syntax. In if this variable is having any error, then we'll call a die function, which is PHP function, and print message failed connection, and that whatever error is there, we can fetch that error using this connection objects connect error property. So see this over here, this is connection object that we created over here using MySQLi method, and this connect error is the property of this object. So whatever error arises, that had been stored in this connect error property, and that can be print using this this die method. After that connection has been created, now we have to create the database with that connection. So first step over here, that is create a connection with my MySQL database. The second step is create the database with this connection. So over here what I am doing is first syntax to create the database. So I had created a SQL object, and inside that I had created a database UHV1. So as I created already UHV1 database, I create the database named UHV4. So the syntax for that is, this is simply DBMS syntax to create a database. First create keyword, then database keyword, and then database name. So over this point we had just formatted a query string. We had not created database right now. That means query is not fired with this connection object. So that is going to be done over here in if bracket. Why we are writing inside if bracket? Because if this query results in true, then we simply print this database is successfully created. And if this query, that means this much, is fired with an error, that means if this is true, then we can say that this if condition is false, and in that case it returns that database is not successfully created, and the message is going to be printed with error. So this is the query fire part. Remember, the first part is creating the connection with database, second part is firing the query with the connected database, and after that we have to close the connection also. So in the next part, to close the connection, we have to write down the $connection and arrow operator, and for closing the connection you have to use the method close. So this is it. This is simple programming to create the database. First of all, create the connection, then fire the query to create database, and then close the database. Since we are creating database, we are utilizing the query for creating database. Now in the next session, when we are going to insert the database insert the table in this database, the query syntax is going to be changed over here. So this is it. This is the program of creating database. Now let us run this program in browser. So we have to run this particular program to create the database. So as I have already created UHV1 database and I have not saved this program. So let me save this program UHV4 over here, and then go back, run once again, and it says that database has been successfully created. And if I go to over here and refresh from over here, I can see that database 4 is created. If I want to drop any database using GUI, then also I can do it from over here. Go to database, go to designated database. Let us say I want to delete this UHV2 database. So mark that and click on drop. Okay, so it will delete the UHV2 database. So now if I want to create the UHV2 database, then I can do it using this program. Go back, run this program once again, but with the query UHV2. Save the program, go over here, run the program once again, and it will successfully created the database for UHV2. If I go over here and refresh the button, then UHV2 database is created successfully. That's it, friend. In this session we had learned how to create the database. In next session we are going to learn how to create table and insert the data inside this table. See you soon.